off rip whole weekend, and I think that there's like some things specifically to touch on. We're gonna dive into each night and all that stuff like that. Off rip though, whole weekend 1 through 10. Just give it
Oh,
your raw
general
rating.
rating.
Yeah, just give it your raw rating.
I'm trying to remove the expectation I had for it because, contrary to many, I actually thought that this would be a very good one. I thought a lot of things were shaping up outside of a couple of misorganized events like the Curry Sabrina thing. But I'm gonna say, in general, a painful five. Yeah, like a painful five.
Oh, you're
Like,
generous. You're
yeah,
generous.
very generously painful five because there's some things that I think there were small trinklets of hope, but there's a lot of things that went wrong that I feel like people are going to try to downplay to support. And
Bezos was actually in San Fran for real for the All-Star weekend. So different perspectives. Sage probably watched some of the Friday, Saturday. I watched more of the Saturday, Sunday. And then I know Bezos, he had just an in-person experience. Bezos, what's your rating?
If I can't give it a 7, I'm gonna go 6.5. I ain't gonna
mm,
lie. I think nothing really surprised me. I guess is where I should start off. Everything I expected from the All Star Weekend happened. Like this is an event. Like this is a weekend, not really for the fans. Like I know that's how they market it, but it's not really for the fans. This is a weekend for NBA players to go out, have a good time, chill, take a week off of work. And then from the media perspective, it's a networking weekend. There's a bunch of shit going on this weekend. Like Jeff Teague and them were here, Gil and them were here. Anyone who really had a podcast had some sort of event. If you're a Nike rep, you had something going on. Saweetie had parties. Nardo Wick had parties. Like,
I ain't
like the
heard of
city.
him.
Yeah, I know Nardo Wick was a crazy pull. But yeah, like there was a lot going on in the city. But from a fan perspective, if you're just a fan, you had no connections, weren't here for work, you had to pay to get in, it would probably be lower than a 6.5. It'd probably be a 4. I ain't gonna
Yeah,
lie.
I want to amend my rating to a four actually because of what you said that you were in person. But like because you were in person, you didn't have to deal with one word that a lot of my chat hates ads. so so I'm just gonna amend mine to a four. Omar, go ahead.
Oh if you and Bezos can talk about it when we get to the game for sure. Them breaks feel long in person too, gang.
Mm.
Them breaks do feel long in person.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. When you guys are watching ads, it's not like we're seeing some exclusive
Yeah,
content.
no.
So,
I gotta give it a 3.
I'm not mad at it.
I gotta give it a 3. I gotta give it a 3, and I guess we can just start from the top and work our way around as to why I have to give it a 3, and we're all gonna collectively go there. Um, Sage mentioned it when the Sabrina really go back even further.
Mm.
The selection process for basically every event felt terrible. It felt bad. It felt bad. Formatting got announced. That felt bad. I don't understand. I'm trying to explain this to my fiance why there's been 5 changes in 5 years since Kobe's died. It's probably been 4, but you know what I mean. It's been a lot
Mm.
of changes every single year since Kobe's died. And then I knew it was over when Caitlyn declined, but then Sabrina also declined. I thought that there was nothing. And I don't know if Sabrina declined. They said it just fell through. I'm gonna say Sabrina declined. I didn't even know if they were gonna still have it because I didn't even know who was participating in the 3-point contest. But there's a bigger conversation about how they destroyed the brand as a whole. Um, in a 1 weekend span. But let's start with night 1 and we can just circle the block. Night 1, celebrity game.
Mm.
Probably the
I didn't
biggest
watch that one.
takeaway. Celebrity game. And it was the same night as Unrivaled's 1v1 championship, if I'm not mistaken, which is very important in this conversation because that's something that they say the league is supposed to be having and all this other stuff. But night 1 celebrity game, big takeaway for a lot of people. Kai Cenat, Drewski, it's a lot of them. And that's not me saying it. I'm just taking the talking points from the internet and what people
Yeah.
saw. Kai Cenat, Drewski, it's a lot of them. It's a lot of them. I don't know how people's opinions, but people criticized every single event. They said the celebrities. We said this last year. Nobody knew the celebrities. If you saw it, if you heard about it, if you whatever, did y'all have opinions on the celebrity game? Do y'all even know who the celebrity game MVP was?
I couldn't even watch it. My main complaint that day was the scheduling. Like you can even go to both events, the celebrity game and the Rising Stars game, if you wanted to, because you would have to leave one event early or get to another one late. Like just from a time perspective, because the celebrity game was in Oakland and the Rising Stars was in San Francisco. So that alone was just like, damn. Like you have to pick and choose which event you got to go to. I feel like it should just be at one arena. That was my main concern that day. I ain't gonna lie.
Well, that's the in-person one for there, because that sounds horrible. And I'm usually a go with the flow kind of guy on and off air, but that's horrible. Okay, so good to know that. As far as my takeaway, I briefly saw the celebrity game. I think we all in this chat, even on stage, will say it's a celebrity game. Not too much criticism was ever going into it, but yeah, no, it did feel like it caters to like the bigger celebrities or whatever, and maybe that's an issue. And because it's kind of like, damn, everyone there is a celebrity in some way, shape, or form, but you don't want a situation where it's like the audience obviously has like a flaming favorite, let alone you present it as these are the people we want to focus on the most. So it kind of did feel like that a little bit, but I mean, it's a celebrity game. I'm not gonna kill the NBA too much for it, but it's always, and it still is kind of one of those events, and that's never good.
This is going to be a constant question that I'm going to ask throughout this conversation. Is nostalgia killing our viewing experience, specifically about the celebrity game? I'm asking about all of it, but is nostalgia killing the viewing experience? Let me go. Well, go ahead and I'll read the celebrities off to.
I was just about to say absolutely. Because I've never watched a celebrity game before in the past and was just like, damn, that shit was heat. Like, no, bro. Even like I've seen edits of like when Justin Bieber and Snoop Dogg were in it. I'm like, I watched it, but I was never like, oh shit, this is great hoops, or like this is a great product. Like I don't know.
Yeah, the celebrity game has always been moments, and then that's just kind of even the All-Star game, out spoilers, but the celebrity game has always been moments. I feel like this year the moments were not even for the game necessarily. Maybe I'm missing a couple plays here, but it felt like it's one of them things like you can't wait to see the clip online more than it is in the moment. This was funny, like when I forgot his name, but the dude on the meme where he bricking all the shots, he was funny when he was there. Spice Adams. Kevin Hart is obviously an all-timer there. Then you have some celebrities that are just good, but overall, no, it's supposed to be about moments.
But I thought, at least for me, I think that the celebrity game was always supposed to be oh dang, they can hoop, or hey, that's so and so, he can hoop better than so and so.
Yeah.
And I feel like this is a issue with casual basketball as a whole, is that we're trying to mix. We need to make that divide a little bit greater, and that's what suffered last year, is that we had just one too many tryhards. And I think they took that out from this year.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna say I watched for it, but I think they took that out. But remember, last year was fucking T-Jazz and Micah Parsons.
Oh yeah, like people weren't getting the ball because they were.
People were just straight up not getting the ball because they were trying so hard. But so I think that it's this whole thing about oh, I'm surprised so and so can hoop, or oh, I didn't know X, Y, and Z could hoop. I didn't know, so so and so could hoop. That's amazing. Right. And if we don't have that because we filled it up with so many athletes, we don't actually want to see athletes. NBA. If we wanted to see athletes really be competitive at basketball, we just watch basketball. We just watch the Thursday night before or the Tuesday, whatever the case may be. I want to read off this list: Kai Cenat, Matt Barnes, Rome Flynn, Alicia Gray. Shout out to big Alicia Gray, Mikey Guyton, Tucker Halpern, Noah Kahan, Danny Ramirez, Masai Russell, Pablo Schreiber, Dylan Wang. On the other side, Matt Barnes, Bailey, Chris Brickley. AP Dillon, Drewski, Walker Hayes, Shelby, McEwen, Terrell Owens, Shabuzi, Oliver Stark, and Kayla Thornton.
Yeah. I'm not demanding that. Hey, they should have had Drake versus Kendrick in the center of the, or like, no, I'm not demanding that. That's unrealistic. But the goal is to just kind of like everyone gets the ball, everyone has a good time, and everyone can put on their internet personality, or as you said, just go out there and oh shit, Kai can drop 20 type thing. So it's always going to be hard to mix that in with people who are professional, but they're not basketball professionals. So it is what it is there. But I mean, I'm not going to sit there and pretend I knew more than I say 8 or 10 of the names. So maybe that's an issue as well.
Yeah, I think that there's also an issue with, and we've talked about this last time, celebrity names not being to the echelon as to what they once be or once were. But with that also being said, just how people view celebrities is just different now. So I do think Kai Cenat is a good pull. I wonder why they can't get some of the biggest of the big, just like no questions asked. This is a big person. Where was Tom Holland? And again,
yeah, shit like that.
Yeah, like this is that's like somebody for sure. But again, we're not gonna harp on that. Nostalgia might just be killing that. I am glad that they got rid of the tryhards, at least from what I've seen. The conversation wasn't about the tryhards. Maybe from a basketball perspective.
Yeah, the top bow on it, put it this way. This was not even somehow. This was better in 2024. It was better. 2024, we talking about nostalgia. Let's remember a year ago how bad that was because it was uncomfortable. Try hard.
Now this is a complaint, and we can jump ahead a little bit and add him in this conversation. They spamming Kai for real. There was a lot of issue with 4 people specifically, 4 non-basketball people specifically, and I'm going to talk about them now because of the All-Star game. I mean, the celebrity game is where 2 of them were featured heavily. How did y'all feel about Kai Cenat, Drewski, Mr. Beast, and Kevin Hart specifically? And we'll definitely touch more on Kevin Hart when we get to the All-Star game. But how did y'all feel about the inclusion of these bigger these influencers coming in and carving out a huge chunk of the All-Star weekend seemingly for themselves?
I'm gonna be honest. I was thinking about it. I am a little concerned just from like a branding perspective. If essentially, because it's not just the NBA doing it, but like all these industries spamming Kai is good for Kai. Like I think, like from a money perspective, it is. And technically, like he's moving up the social ladder, but I think like a big thing with him being the streamer that he is like, let's just be honest, the parasocial relationships he's built with his audience. So with him like not being as relatable as he used to be, is that like kind of damaging his brand? I guess from that perspective, I'm curious. I'm definitely curious on that front.
Yeah, for me, I personally, I didn't have an issue with it. In the sense of like they don't bother me, their presence doesn't bother me. Now, obviously, some people their presence does, but it again, my concern was I don't like it if it then seemed like every other celebrity kind of just has to yield to the camera too much when it's supposed to be about either putting somebody on or everybody has their little time to shine. Not to sound like my anime fans out there, but yeah, it was that would be my only concern. So I don't think the criticisms this time are unvalid criticisms. If you think they're corny, if you think they're hilarious, that's up to you. But in terms of, damn, I really do feel like this is more about 1, 2, 3, and 4. Yeah, for sure.
I'll definitely save Kevin Hart for All-Star Weekend.
Yeah.
To me, I agree with what Biso said. This is almost like, I don't know. I was trying to think of the perfect artist to make this comparison to. But maybe like the T-Pain feature from back in the day or the Lil Wayne feature from back in the day is how I'm viewing how they use Kai and Drewski and Mr. Beast. At first,
it's Ryan Seacrest. I don't know if that's a better one. Ryan Seacrest or Nick Cannon. Like any event that needs to be hosted, it's just let's throw Ryan Seacrest on there.
Well, but the reason why, because I'm like excited. At first, it's like Lil Wayne feature. This is good for our community specifically. But then when I start to see too much crossover or force from other communities, at some point, Lil Wayne can only do so many of a freestyle, right? Little, T-Pain's melodies only carry so much. And again, great rapper. There was a summer where Wayne had a single out every single week, it seemed like, and then also was on two people's features. And by the end of the summer, it was kind of like, enough of the Nigerian hair, tougher than Liberia. Enough. I'm done with this. Because at some point, and this goes to the second point, when these companies panic, they get inauthentic really fast.
Yeah.
And that is, again, a bigger overarching theme for the entirety of the All-Star weekend is when these companies panic, they get so inauthentic. We talked about it last week with the whole Complex shit. Dog, just forcing it. And I would love to see them actually tap into their actual niches more. So I do applaud Kenny and them for, numbers on the board for being there. And I do applaud the Deep Three for being there. That definitely is more of an authentic feel, but some of this stuff is just, all right, we get it. Drewski he's funny. Okay. God, he's a maniac. Mr. Beast gives out money.
I just wonder if Kai's fans are like, oh, Kai's on the NBA. I'm gonna watch more basketball. I don't even know the game plan.
That's what I mean by it's just mad inauthentic with that. But I think it's just mad inauthentic. Yeah. Rising Stars game.
I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, this probably was the one that I missed because at some point I had to go from. But based on and granted, there are highlights or anything like that. I think the issue was placement.
I ain't seen a highlight.
Yeah, I'm about to say. I think the issue. I watched just for the sake of the pod. Yeah, I was like, let me go ahead and make sure I get something done. But I think for this one, the common criticism I'm seeing is placement. It kind of felt like of all the years, the Rising Stars was kind of like, damn, I guess this is a event, but it usually doesn't feel that way. So it's kind of weird.
I think for me, and this is going to be a theme for the whole weekend. I'm honestly not mad if the product is subpar, if the prices weren't outrageous. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like the crowds, this is All-Star weekend. I would expect the crowds to be crazy. You know what I'm saying? But for every single event that I went to, from the celebrity game to the Rising Stars to the actual game itself, the arena was never packed. A lot of empty seats in the building. And that's because, one, there's already comments about Chase Center being filled up compared to Oracle. Just off of that alone, the Warriors moving there, and then you add on All-Star Weekend tax, bro. There are no all the people in the fucking event were people who were handed down a ticket. There may have been a couple people that actually paid for it, but there were no real fans in there. I ain't gonna lie, in my section, it was really only me and Dre having fun at the actual game. That was it. No
and that's
really,
just you and Dre could have had fun anywhere. Pause.
Yeah, pause. But yeah.
Yeah, honestly, you put them in front of a TV, they would have had fun. Okay, we're gonna skip that. Skip that. Not hey, because they honestly their night was on Sunday, which again we'll dive into.
Oh my god!
Reactions. Continuing down the line, quick, fast, in a hurry. 3-point contest. Like I said, man, they want to, and this is a turning moment because they are trying to utilize the WNBA in order to get the eyes, which is amazing. The league that does not get eyes, their sister/daughter league that does not get eyes, has always been the stepchild, is now being utilized because the NBA is struggling so bad. That didn't happen. 3-point contest did happen. Who was the winner of the 3-point contest? Go.
Tyler
Hero. Wait, I'm sorry, my audio was fucking up.
Say, you know the winner of the 3-point contest?
Oh yeah, Hero.
Okay. Any reactions from the 3-point contest other than the whole damn, they were banking on Sabrina and Caitlin to come through and they did not.
Yeah,
maybe this is just me being pessimistic now, but 3-point contest kind of fell off now that 3-pointers are normalized. I don't know. It was cool. All of the Saturday night shit just happened way too fast. I don't know.
For me, I think the issue with the 3-point contest this year was kind of again, and I'm gonna be critical of presentation the entire time. I didn't know who was in it. I'm gonna be honest. I didn't know Tyler Hero was in the 3-point contest. They're obviously y'all know we've had these conversations again online and offline. The NBA is not taking this layup. Put Curry in the goddamn like. What are we doing? Like,
they were banking on Sabrina and Curry.
And so you didn't get that.
Caitlin and Klay. Also, I'm not gonna lie. That's another thing that fucked it up. Klay Thompson getting traded. Not saying that would have did it, but they were really banking on Klay, Curry, Sabrina, Caitlin, shoot it out, go.
Mm-hmm.
And him being traded also just throws a monkey wrench into it. But yeah, they were banking on
Buddy Hield was the replacement.
They got Buddy there. And again, all respect to Buddy Hield for my buddy stands out there. But yeah, it's about All-Star Weekend. You know the names you want to see. And so yeah, that's one. They punt on their layups. Two, you're correct. They clearly wanted this event so bad, and then when it didn't happen, I could 100% see Steph and Klay going from, I'm good now, bro. But I think that shouldn't even be the case. I think at some point, just put the names in there. Yeah, I think there should be a couple of slots for the actually shooters in the league. Hell, I think that they were missing a big this time. I want to say, was there a big man in the contest? Because I think that's usually an appeal too, like one of the big guys that can shoot balls if needed. But yeah, I'm looking at it right now. They had Cam Johnson, Garland, Cade, Powell, Hero, JB, and Buddy and Dame. Not saying that 1, 2, or 3 of these players cannot shoot the ball, but it's a principle. Like, y'all know, if you had to see an ultimate NBA All-Star 3-point contest, those are not all the names that y'all are bringing up to the table. Furthermore, I mean, this is going to sound even more casual than it already has, but Dame losing hurt him. Dame losing that early did hurt him. That's just how it is. We can try to be too cool around it all we want, but no, y'all know damn well Dame going out in the first round, and the second round being between Darius Garland, Buddy Hield, and Tyler Hero, when it could have potentially been Cade, could have potentially been Jalen Brunson, all these other things that hurt it. So it is what it is there, but they can't really control execution. As someone in the chat who's been caping for All-Star Weekend for the most part, I don't know why, but he has a good point. Yeah, it's not that much you can do outside of have a better roster there.
Yeah, I don't have any issues with it. I think Saturday night to me was, why are we banking on people outside of the National Basketball Association to save the National Basketball Association's event? Yep. Both events. So not only was it the Caitlin Clark, Sabrina Ionescu shootout with Steph Curry and Klay Thompson that they were banking on. If we keep going down to the dunk contest, they have to keep slutting out Mac McClung. And I'm going to be the first one to say it, 360 days before we get to it, I know it's great. Mac McClung is a fantastic dunker. They cannot do that again next year.
Here's my thing. I'll say this. That might be the one thing I disagree with, because y'all already know I've had this take, and I wish Dama was here for this episode because I want his opinion on it. We've talked about time in and time out. Y'all know y'all like dynasties. Y'all know y'all like main characters, things like that. Mac McClung is single-handedly, this shit gets like 4 of my 5 points initially, or like 3 of my 4 now. I think what he's doing, yeah, at some point it can seem too easy. LOL, Mac McClung wins GGs. But when you have the way it felt in the moment of the dunk contest for those that watched it, to the point where you have NBA players like Ja and someone else like, damn, I might enter now. Do I think that's cap? Absolutely.
Yeah,
but
100%
yeah. Do I think that's cap? Absolutely. But the whole point is, it felt like, holy shit, yo, is there a time machine to throw Levine in or some shit? Because like, damn, now there's this guy that genuinely is putting on an all-star caliber show, and it's exciting for us to watch. It sucks that he isn't like, an NBA all-star, or let alone, what the fuck? What team does Magic?
a contract player.
Yeah, I want to say, yeah. You know what I'm saying? So it does suck that that's who it's come to, but don't get it twisted. Mac McClung is certainly, without a doubt, a major positive for All-Star Weekend. And maybe that's the direction they need to continue to go with him in the dunk contest. So I think as long as he's there, they're good. But next year, 2026, they have to capitalize on this momentum and bring in a big name. I don't know how you get it done, because money ain't the fucking way. We found that out. But you got to bring somebody who wants to beat Mac McClung in there.
Let me say this. Let me say this, though. This is the reason why. You have to stop the running jokes at some point. You have to, and the only way to do that is, I know Mac McClung is a great dunker. He's got to stop. not because of him and whatever the case may be, but the joke has to stop. The joke about him making more in All-Star game winnings to the dunk contest and his NBA salary. It took this G Leaguer to save the NBA. That is too much. Again, and that's another bigger conversation to have. The conversations around the All-Star game are bad, and the NBA doesn't do anything
about those
to help itself because they keep, oh yeah, Mac McClung is the best dunker. Caitlin Clark and Sabrina Ionescu, they will bring eyes to the shooting contest. I not even trying to be funny. They damn near went to just, let's just straight up introduce sexist conversations that don't need to be had into the weekend, because that's what's going to generate eyes. The niggas went the fresh and fit method last year, right? And so now they're going to the whole white man versus black guy can't jump. I know somebody in the comments is going to be stretched, like thinking, oh, you're stretching Omar, but that's what's really going on here. And then the last point in it is, okay, they do it next year. John Nimm's cap. John Nimm's cap.
Yeah, John's not telling the truth.
They bring out.
He is great.
They already got all the good young dunkers that they think is going to have to happen. And they didn't work. Shaden Sharp, they didn't work. Jalen Green, they didn't work. What happens if Mac McClung wins 4 years straight?
Yeah,
a G League guy, right?
That's what I'm getting at. You need to find that NBA player that wants to beat him. That would honestly put the dunk contest in a better spot than all the events.
What happens if he wins 5 years in a row?
He can keep winning.
I say,
but it has to.
I don't think Mac himself can keep winning. But I'm gonna be honest. I came from that event thinking like, man, fuck Ja, fuck all the people that are bluffing, bro. Like, we actually don't need y'all at this point. Like,
yeah,
the crowd was genuinely entertained with Mac McClung. So if y'all want to keep playing, fuck it. I think the problem is just getting people who actually can dunk. Because the dude from the Bucks, boy, he sucked.
It was sad.
Stephon Castle was good. I ain't gonna lie. That last dunk, I honestly,
the one
I
from behind them, yeah, bro, that shit was. I was like, hold on, now.
Yeah, that was kind of crazier than Mac's dunk, but no, I'm just like, bro, just get some real dunkers in there. I ain't gonna lie, they have to come from the NBA, in my opinion. Be a G Leaguer every single year, like to what y'all saying, but bro, y'all don't want to do it if like Giannis, come on, bro. Come on.
Because wait, and that's also
that's where I was going to take it.
Wait, this is also another question. Because, all right, cool. Mac wins 4. There's another motherfucker in the G League going crazy.
And he fuck around and he could dunk like Mac. Yeah, at this point.
And so then you put him in a dunk contest?
This point, fuck it.
And have him versus Mac. And now 2 years from now, we have 3 G League. We have 2 NBA guys, 3 G League guys.
Just Andre Ingram, Mac McClung, Bronny James, and some other shit just all in there. Yeah, no, I get where you're going. I get where you're going at. But I think it's to a point, bro, Mac McClung might just change the direction and perception of it. Now, I know that's going to sound like glaze. I know someone's going to be like, bro, we're not even that good. But that's just the reality of, one, how low the bar is, but 2, also to give him credit how good he was. And it's like, all right, man, you know what? Beastos is right. Like, why am I going to sit here and keep having players like, and you're going to say that I'm shooting the load here, but like when I have players like your glorious King LeBron doing what he's doing, Kevin Durant doing what he's doing, let alone the other players who are younger. Now I'm too cool for the dunk contest. You got all these things going on, and Mac McClung's just going to give you some of the best dunks you've seen since the nostalgic shoulder rolling ass 2016 days. Fuck them. Like, and that sucks that we have to go into all NBA All-Star event saying, yeah, fuck the NBA All-Stars. It's crazy, but it's what they're going to have to do with the dunk contest if nobody wants to beat Mac McClung, which at the end of the day, that's why I think the dunk contest has the most potential now, because you have a guy. Now someone needs to beat the guy. So
I agree. I would just love to see them roll out Mac McClung for year 4.
I kind of want to see him win. I ain't gonna lie. I do want to see him win.
And then what's it called? They also roll out, Mac McClung Jr. He plays for the main Red Claws.
Not gonna lie, McClung Mac.
And we're sitting here watching Mac McClung versus McClung Mac in the finals, and everybody's like, wait a minute. 2 G League guys?
So you're telling me one of y'all in this arena can just y'all like that? Some shit like that. Not disrespecting G Leaguers, but you get the big chat.
Okay. to the grand finale, and then we'll talk about the conversations around the whole weekend and how we fix it, some of it, whatever. The game.
The fucking basketball.
I think
game.
let me and take everything else out of it right now. Just rate the game.
No
Which
dialogue. Oh, go ahead.
He said which one?
Which one is
Hey,
fucking forward?
Yeah, let's start there. Which one? Go ahead, Zols.
I think the actual play itself, I would actually put it up there. Like, I think one of the biggest questions when it comes to the All-Star game is the effort that the players play with. And compared to other years, I think they actually did try. It was just the formatting, the tournament style, the game score, the target score, and then the rising stars being in the game. Looking back, I honestly do disagree with that. But the actual game itself, I'm gonna give for All-Star standards, 6.5 still, 6.5. But usually it's a 4. That's what I'm saying. It's usually a 4.
Yeah. This undoubtedly better than last year. Not even close. My God, not even close. I would even argue it's probably the best one since the Kobe one. However, the fall off, it's inexcusable that it's fallen off this badly. Being said, the effort was there. I don't necessarily like the format, or at least it wasn't optimized yet. It needs definitely some tweaks. I give it like a 6. But they did play. I'm glad the Souls brought that up. Of all the things that we have to criticize them, they played a tad more than they have for 4 years. Now, are we making excuses for F-tier laziness? Which I see what I'm shaking his head because this is kind of where I know he's going to go.
We're just here now.
We're making excuses for someone who is F-tier lazy now being D- tier lazy. Yes, we are. That is what's happening.
I'll say this because I personally don't come to the All-Star game looking for like hard play. I really don't. I watch in April, right? For super hard competitive play. I think it'd be nice to get a quarter or two of hard play, just because I would like to see how these guys get it together, and because I have to, because it's their sister league. They jacking them, so I'm gonna jack them too. It was nice when the WNBA All-Star game had hard play, in there, and then it was real competitive. Team USA versus this scrappy bunch of like rookies, being on the All-Star side. But what was added to that was incredible phantasmical shit that also made me remember, like, yo, Viso, stop.
Made me laugh. I stopped. No, I was good.
Oh my God.
I don't know
how much Jacob is. I can't say that out loud, bro.
They women know. I can jack them. I can jack Angel Reese. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
I was done, but Bezos didn't stop laughing and made me laugh.
I think what also makes me like impressed when I watch the NBA All-Star game is not the serious play, because again they're serious then, is seeing these like elite athletes with these supreme skills do shit that's like hard to do on a basketball court, that's unique to do on a basketball court, or whatever the case may be. So looking back at that AI or the early 2000s, when I seen some like super crafty layups, that's something that they wouldn't pull off in a game regularly, or a shot they wouldn't take regularly, or a pass that's ill-advised, or whatever the case may be. I like stuff like that. Now it can't be just.
I disagree, because we actually did watch a 2000 All-Star game, and there wasn't much different. Like I saw Kyrie self lob. Like Kyrie doesn't do that. Kyrie tried to cross up Wemby too. And if he made the shot, that would have been an all-time highlight reel.
But see, that stuff, like, I'm not saying that the 2000s All-Star game was better or whatever. I don't like to see ultra competitiveness like it's April. Like that's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for a little bit of competitiveness, but also just, oh snap, Curry shot a 3 with his left hand. I know what it's like in real life to try to shoot a 3 with your left hand as a right-hand person. That's crazy. NBA players are so much better than me, even if it's just like a fucking 3. But that's just me. I still gotta rate the whole presentation of it, like the whole totality. Dog, that's a 3.
You're right. I got caught up in looking at the game. Yeah, no, when you factor everything, I'm going worse. It was a 2. I'm not gonna lie. I'm glad the stats did come out. It felt less than 42 minutes that were played. It felt like 30 minutes.
Oh yeah. 42
Yeah.
minutes of basketball. I know
Mhm.
they were hyperbolic. An hour and a half of Kevin Hart. That shit was ass.
Yeah, it was it
Yeah,
was
as
bad.
included, it's a 3 for me too. I ain't gonna lie, because the half I wasn't even the halftime thing. The break that they did for the TNT guys,
Oh yeah,
I
good
swear
good job. Kevin Hart was crazy.
bro, I swear to
That
God,
was
I
insane.
zoned out because they did it when the score was 1-11. They called the
Mhm.
timeout. I swear to God, I zoned out. I forgot the game was going on. I'm like, oh shit, this is going on like in between the game. That shit was crazy. That shit was
Yeah. Then they had another like a tribute thing or something. Man, I'm not. No, you can't. And this is the issue with the format as well. Let alone the ads. We know the ads were ass. Chad, you disagree with that? You're just a bot. But the issue with the format of multiple games is the fact you're trying to get people to invest repeatedly into multiple games versus just one fat ass game. But it did achieve the result, which is, hey, gang, at least Wemby gonna go out there and look like he gives a shit a little bit. Now he tall, so him giving a shit ain't gonna look like he gives a shit. But yeah, it was refreshing to get those moments. I'm with Omar, not even necessarily that I want to see a player do some, oh my God, you're better than me shit. But like just if they're having fun, if it look like they are either trying or having fun, I'm cool. I don't want niggas walking up and down the court. Cause then it's like, all right, dog, like, am I supposed to just glaze your aura? But like when in 2020, I want to say, when they was wearing the yellow and whatever jerseys and Chris Paul dunks an alley-oop. Okay, cool. Like fuck it. Like Chris Paul ain't gonna do that shit for the rest of the season. That's fun. As long as it's obvious the players are having fun or it's obvious they are trying, I'm cool with the game. Yeah, that's pretty much it. But the presentation, honestly, more than the players. Players are 90% to blame for this all-star shit most of the time. That this specific time, I'm actually looking at the ads and the presentation.
It's the ads. And let me show y'all this. This is I complained about this on Twitter because I just thought this was the most amazing thing in the world. I don't have to play the video. This is just the most ill-advised ad placement. It just looks so uninteresting. This looks so like afterthoughty. I know people are like, what are we looking at? And if you're an audio listener, you definitely can't see. This is a bucket of extra gum and mints. And then on the other side, there's just a bucket of extra gum and mints, right? This is like them getting their ads off. And I just don't like, I get it, but I this has been the NBA's problem to me for a long time, is that they feel like more is the answer when it's not more, it's quality. The NFL is basically just saying, yo, fuck All-Star Weekend. Fuck the Pro Bowl. Fuck it.
We're going all in on the Super Bowl.
We're going all in on the Super Bowl. And if you want ad space, I tell you what, it was 10 million when we had the Pro Bowl, because then you could just spend 3 million for the Pro Bowl ad space. We're not doing that no more. Now the Super Bowl ads is 15 million. Fuck it. But for them to just say the NBA, yo, we'll make more tournaments. We'll make more games. We'll make more games, just more games, more formats, just more. And then if you're just going to fill the more with less quality play, but at the same time, just more places to look at ads, I don't feel that. And that's what I felt watching this commercial break with basketball. That's what it was. It was more we were watching commercials with basketball.
I get everyone's frustration, but my thing is like, I don't know if it's just a me thing. I've tempered my expectations so low now for the All-Star game that none of this bothers me. Like, again, all of this is like expected. Like, maybe that's a bad outlook on it, but nothing surprised me, from the crowd to how they presented it to how good the events were. None of it surprised me. So I will say, like, if people went into the event and then went to All-Star Weekend and paid for shit out of pocket as a fan, I would feel like you got robbed. But it's also a case of like, you should have known what you're getting into at this point in time. And also, again, I wouldn't have paid for any of this shit if I had to. Like, I wouldn't have gone to these events if I didn't get tickets for.